Why I chose the Fuji X100V. This camera, the Fujifilm X100V, is such a great camera. First off, I love how compact the camera is, how small it is, how I can pretty much take this camera anywhere and everywhere that I go without having to lug around any huge lenses. I don't have to carry around a camera bag. I can take extra batteries in my pocket, and it's just easily and accessible to anywhere I want to go. And also, when shooting with it, it's not like a big, it's not sticking out there like, look at me, look at my camera. It's just something small that I can hold, you know, to my face or down by my waist and take photos, you know, in circumstances when I don't want to be seen. The buttons on the camera, where the buttons are located on the camera, I absolutely love that. Being able to be mid-shot, taking a shot, and I don't have to bring the camera down from my eye view or wherever I'm looking at it to adjust the settings and then point it down and then try to refocus or get my creative juices flowing on what shot I was about to take. I can just reach up, I can switch anything that I want to change right there on top or on the side, and I don't have to go through a menu pad to find out my changes or, you know, hold the camera away from my face. So it's really awesome being able to have those switches right at the top so that I don't have to change and I don't have to miss that shot that I'm taking. Also being able to look right through the viewfinder and being able to see that right there, the color tones, the, you know, the ISO, everything, being able to see it all adjusting right there, and again, not having to take the camera away and miss the shot. It's just amazing. I love this camera. It's just so lightweight. The color tones that come straight from camera, I know this is a Fujifilm thing, but just having such amazing color tones captured through these cameras, it's something that I can't even really describe. Like, I love it. I mean, I know other Fujifilm owners get it, and people that are seeing the photos from the outside understand as well, but it's just so hard to explain, like, the tones and the level of how the shot comes out. You know, some of the shots obviously are going to have grain in that film look, but just the color tones, the tones all around, and the detail that comes straight out of the lens is just amazing. I definitely didn't see that with any of my other cameras that I own, which was only the Canon Rebel T6 as of right now. But, you know, no bashing Canon or anything. You know, I love their camera. I shot with it for a couple years before I got the Fuji, but I started watching these point of view videos on YouTube of, you know, other Fujifilm owners, and it just kept sparking the fire. Like, it kept sparking my interest, and I keep watching these videos over and over again. This is before I had the Fujifilm X100V. This was building my love for the camera and me wanting to purchase it. But every time I saw videos and other people's work, like portraits and landscapes and just, you know, the minimal shots, I was just falling in love with these tones and the details. Like, and you know, I'm not going to say that I perfected this yet, because I haven't. But every time I pick up the Fujifilm X100V, I learn something new. It doesn't matter how many times I've gone out and shot. The menu setting or the settings that are within all the menus are insane. There's so many options. You have all the simulation options. You have all the options to change the recipes, getting on Fuji Weekly and grabbing those recipes off there, or creating your own recipes. It really comes down to how creative you want to be inside of your own personal self and what you think looks good through your creativity. But it's endless. Anything that you can create with this camera. You know, I love the camera. You know, I could easily go out and do my automotive photography with the Canon Rebel that I'm used to, with the nifty 50 lens, and capturing, you know, those crispy looking shots that I either would have to go in and edit, or they might be good straight from camera, some of them. But it's something different with the X100V. I liked being able to create that shot with the different tones and color tones and the different detail, and even including some of those shots that come out a little bit grainy. It's just crazy. Like, I'm sure anyone else that's watching this that has a Fujifilm X100V or any of the 100 series, or even Fujifilm in general, understand where I'm coming from. You know, I get so happy when I take a shot of anything. It could be a brick wall, it could be, you know, a pipe, it could be a fence, a sign. It's just something that comes straight from camera. Like, you know, on my Instagram, you'll see that I add the little white frame around the photo. Yes, but most of those are straight from camera shots. I love them. I also love the fact that you have the tilt screen now on the Fujifilm X100V. You can take that, and when I'm at a car show and I need a little bit to reach up a little bit higher to get that view, because I am a short person, by the way, but anyway, that's beyond the point. You get to see what you're shooting by tilting the screen on the back down, and it just makes it so much accessible. When I used to shoot with my Canon, I didn't have a tilt screen. I didn't have a screen that was movable, so when I'd go to like lower the camera down, I'd basically be just shooting and praying that the shot came out good. But with having my Fuji, I get to, you know, pop that screen up and put it down, you know, by my ankles or whatever, and then look straight down and just look. I don't have to like just spray and pray that I'm getting a good shot when I put the camera down there. But yeah, you know, I got the camera originally. I was going to do a lot of the street photography in Washington, D.C., you know, local to me. And I ended up pushing the boundaries and was like, I'm taking this to car shows. I want to test it out. And like I said earlier, I learn every time I pick up that camera. I learn something new. You know, when I was going in at first, I didn't see when you change the simulations that, you know, you can change the white balance and everything and all those and get into the actual the lumens, or I don't know how you would explain it. I'm saying lumens, but the actual the K wattage, or how, I don't know. Someone correct me, go ahead. Rookie, whatever you want to call me, it doesn't matter, but you get what I'm saying. You can go in and further adjust everything. I thought I could just go in and change the reds and the blues, but really you can go in and change the white balance, daytime. I think there's even something for underwater, which is crazy. I haven't tried to shoot underwater yet. I still need to get my my filter cap to change over. But this camera, guys, it just shoots so well. I love taking it when I'm down in North Carolina, and you know, on the lake, when I can get the sunset shots, and I like being able to, you know, just go out there and get the shot straight from camera. It just looks so pure. The sunset looks so great. It looks so amazing coming out of the camera. While going out in nature and getting shots of trees and plants and just people in general, you know, being the detail is just insane. So yes, I have become addicted to this Fujifilm X100V. Would I suggest it to anybody else? Yes, I would, but definitely do your research. See if this is the camera that you're looking for. If you're willing to give up the fact that you're not going to have an added lens, you're not going to be able to purchase lenses to get your telephoto shots or your more further shots, or however you want to look at it. This is a fixed lens. I love the camera. Every time I take it out, it's worth figuring it out. It's worth figuring out a different way to shoot. And the camera, like I said, it's just small. You can take it anywhere. I've taken it with me to car events. I've taken it with me on the boat. I've taken it with me to just do a photo walk. I've taken it with me to do like a small business photo shoot, just doing photos. And like recently this past weekend, I did one at a tattoo parlor. I just walked around and just being able to get small pieces of the tattoo parlor through the Fujifilm tones, and I say crispiness. A lot of people say it's grainy, but I love it. The film look is amazing. I was so happy when after I did a huge event, I was shooting it with my Canon Rebel. I did an event that was able to pay for my Fuji. You know, I was so excited when I went to buy it. I jumped right on it and got it. You know, I was so grateful for the opportunity to make enough money to be able to purchase it. Now, these days, it looks like with all the electronic shortages that the price has raised on it, I would honestly, most likely, buy another Fujifilm X100V just to have two of them. But yes, it's an amazing camera. Like I said, I like being able to adjust my shots while I'm shooting. Everything right there. I can just reach up. I don't have to walk, you know, away and put the camera down and lose my focus on what I was doing. And like I said, just the tones and everything, and it's hard to explain anything that I don't like about the camera. I don't really know anything that I don't like about the camera. You know, I've shot sunsets with it. I've shot landscape. I've shot old buildings, I've shot old cars, I've shot anything, objects, and the camera, like I said, I just keep learning more and more, and that's thanks to a lot of the actual YouTubers on here that I get, you know, inspired by, and I love to watch other people using this camera and see what they produce. It's amazing, and there's definitely some stuff that I haven't learned yet that I would love to learn and plan to learn in the future, so that's definitely a plus. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on the Fujifilm X100V. You guys know that I love the camera. I explained that in my last video. I said how much I feel like the camera's glued to my hands and I can't let it go, and that's the honest truth. When I'm going out to shoot photography, that's the first thing I'm grabbing. My Canon stayed back a couple times. I've taken it with me just in case, but I'm very, very happy with the Fujifilm X100V, and I definitely suggest it to anybody that wants a small compact camera filled with lots of goodies. The production of the camera, everything it produces is high quality to me. I love it. It's a great camera, and I definitely would suggest it to anybody. Alright guys, well, I'm going to throw in some photos here of some of the stuff that I've taken throughout the time that I've owned it, you know, throughout the photo walks I've done and other events that I've done, so be sure to check out these photos. I'm going to pop up on the screen for you guys. Thanks again for coming by. Like I said, we're going to try to get these videos a little bit more cinematic in the future. Thank you for sticking around. I'm not really into the whole video scene yet, and yes, I am in my car, but that'll change here soon. Some of the stuff that I was actually really excited about was when I first got inspired by a local guy that comes out to the car meets. He was taking these panning shots, and you know, I've done roller shots. I've succeeded very well in roller shots, but I never really understood the panning shot thing. And I just, one weekend, I talked to him. I was asking him about some settings to use, and I went out to the local Cars and Coffee, and that's where it began. I just sat out by the sidewalk while the cars were rolling in, and I started doing some panning shots with the X100V. And man, I had a blast. I shot between 400 to 800 photos, I believe. Yeah, that's a lot. I know a lot of people are probably like, oh my god, the shutter count, but no. I shot probably about 400 to 800 photos, and probably a good handful, maybe 20, 25 of those came out to my liking, and I'll make sure I pop them up here in the video just so you guys can check them out. But I was very excited. I was actually pretty shocked at how well they came out for being on this camera, you know, not really being able to focus all the way up, and you don't really have much of a zoom, but some of these shots just I love the creativity behind them. I love how they're slightly grainy. I love the colors in them. The color tones are so matchable to the vehicles that are presented in these photos, and I just feel like it came out great, you know. And you know, having a minimal camera, not having to lug around a huge camera to do these shots was really fun, and it made it easier when I was panning how lightweight the camera was and how focused it was in the tracking of the vehicle that was going by. And here's a couple of them right here. I'll show you. This one actually right here, the Volkswagen bus going by and the guy kind of giving that little wave, was something that I was so happy after I got home and I got to load it onto the computer and see this. The detail, the color tones to the Volkswagen bus is just amazing. It's so spot on, and the color tones of the McDonald's in the background with the, you know, the flare of it because it's a panning shot, the action, the color that was held within this whole shot. I mean, just straight from camera, like, this is crazy. Like, how detailed it is in the panning shot, how well this Volkswagen bus came out. This next one of this Mazda 3 that came by, it's just something about how the wheels were setting in this shot. They look so crisp, they look good. The background, you can see the clouds and all the color tones in this one. Yet again, Fuji, your color tones are lovable, they're likable, they're admiring to be able to see in the photo. Like, this whole shot came out so perfectly with the tones from the ground, the tones of the sky, the background, the grass. Everything just blended so well with this vehicle. And I just love how this shot came out. It was clear, a panning shot that came out so clear, and I love the tones in it. It looks so good. One of my greater shots. I really like this one. This shot of this Corvette, I really love how the red came out with the background. It really looked like, I don't know, if it was like the older school posters, maybe not the older school, but as I was growing up as a kid, this just looked like something that would be on a poster. And something just ticked again. Fujifilm with these amazing colors and these tones and the detail from a panning shot. Yes, this isn't the crispiest shot, but look at this shot. Like, something amazing about this shot and how it came out. It's just so focused and it looks so good. The wheels came out good. The door handles, the top, the soft top. It's just all the way back to the details of the wall behind it, the brick wall and the fast moving pace and the grass in the background. All these tones look so nice. They're so spot on. They're soft, but they look so bright. They look good at the same time. I really like this shot. Again, with this truck here, this old Ram pickup, lifted truck, beautiful color tones. Again, the wheels look good. Yes, this truck is lifted. Again, yes, I am short, so this kind of, but I love the angle, how this came out. Couldn't have came out any better in my eyes. I like the way the truck is flowing through the shot with the action of the details in the background and the movement, the motion being shown with this truck is just amazing. Look at that, the fast-paced motion, but the truck is in focus. The truck looks so pure in this shot. It looks really good. This classic Datsun build just looks so amazing. The background, the cars being stretched in the background from the motion blur, and the building, the tones. This was one of my favorites, although I wish it would have came out a bit more crispier. This was one of the favorite shots of the day. This was one that I jumped for joy about. I was so excited because that orange or that red, I believe it's like a orange pop, like almost like a house color or House of Color Customs orange. But the pop of that car looks so great versus the background. All these tones straight from the Fujifilm camera look amazing. I need to make sure I get these settings straight for the next time I shoot. I have to look back to see if I remember my exact settings for this, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'll have to look at it, but these settings definitely hit the spot for this shot. I really do like this and how it came out. The detail, it looks like this car is flying through the area, which obviously wasn't really going that fast, but I enjoy this just because of the motion blur in the background. It just pops. I love these, but these were definitely some of the panning shots that I enjoyed taking the most, and I really, really, really love these shots. They came out great. Definitely thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.